Hey folks, did you know that yesterday, June 10, was 90 Day? Now some of you, if you come from the Beacon community, may have heard Mr. Pott reflect on that in his ponderings. Just so you know, it wasn't his idea. Actually, we both borrowed it. But what is 90 Day? March 12th, that was the day when the word came down from the province that schools would be shut down. That was 90 days ago yesterday. September 8th, the first day of school next year, is 90 days from yesterday. And so we have 90 Day. We're in the middle, you might say, in the middle of a sort of wilderness. Through the prophet Isaiah, God spoke words of comfort to a people in exile, a people in the middle of another sort of wilderness. Isaiah 43 verse 19 reads, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." God has provided a way through this COVID wilderness. In fact, there has been much about it that has been kind of a blessing. So even amid the struggles, as Mr. Park and Mr. Robb and Mr. Bender have helped us to see, there are beautiful things that emerge. Teachers and families have done their utmost to allow our students to flourish in this wilderness. I know it's been very tough for some, but students have indeed learned resilience, have learned new ways of learning, have risen to the challenge. So yes, we are in the middle of a wilderness in many ways. Let's take note, though, that a lot has changed since March 12, 90 days ago yesterday. Things are opening up, and a lot will change by September 8, 90 days from yesterday. Things will open up more, and we are hopeful, and we are making plans for the new school year. We and our partner Christian schools are all planning for the safety and the flourishing of our students less than 90 days from now. We are on it, people. We got this. We've been able to adjust to these circumstances, and we will continue to adjust. Soon our students will get a nice rest, and then we will begin again in 90 short days. We will keep sharing our planning with you as we go. And with God's help and with the support of a wonderful, supportive community, we will continue to find a way in this wilderness, streams in this wasteland. And our hope, our plan, our prayer is that you will not, students, be learning at home full time on September 8th. Let's talk about the end of this year for a minute. You may recall that we decided back in March that we would honor the work of our students with authentic assessments throughout the semester, as opposed to following the lead of the public schools in not allowing grades to settle below what they were before March break. Higher, yes; lower, no, they said. Well, perhaps you've had some discussions about this with your neighbors in the meantime. Well, get ready for a new plan, people, based on a memo to private schools from the Ontario Ministry of Education last week. It is clear that we will need to change our plan and follow the lead of the public schools. I'm not sure I like it, but it's pretty clear, and it has been pretty clear to our administrative team through lots of conversation over the last week, that we really don't have a lot of choice. So let me offer a thought or two about this about face, this change in plans. First, here's what it means. It means that if your grade has gone up since March break, which I think is true for most of you, then the grade you earned on the basis of your hard work throughout the semester will, of course, be your final grade. If, however, your grade has settled, gone down since March break, the grade at that point will stand as your final grade. In a few cases, for students who have not engaged at all, there may be a separate plan that we put into place that we won't sort of announce to everybody. I know hearing this is kind of hard. Realizing we needed to change our plan was hard for us too. We just couldn't face placing our students into a situation where they would be evaluated by a different standard than the rest of the province. We couldn't put you in that place. But please don't even consider for a moment that the hard work of the last 3 months was not worth it, students. Developing your knowledge, your character, your resilience, your perspective, these things are always worth it. Assessments are really only a way to guide and recognize good learning, and I know that good learning has happened. Students, if you have questions about all this, please talk to your teachers or me. And parents, if you have questions about it, talk to me. Let's engage about this. I would like to go to some more trivial things. Let's talk about shuffle days. After our closing chapel on Wednesday, June 17, we will have 3 days set aside for some business. Students, parents, please make some time during school hours, or what would be school hours, on June 17, 18, 19, Wednesday to Friday, to bring all school-owned books back. We need them. To pick up things that have been packed up for you from your lockers. Thanks, Mrs. Rutherford. To retrieve lost and found articles. They're sitting in the atrium as we speak. To bring school clothing back if you wish to sell it. To purchase new used clothing articles if you wish. And grade 12ers to bring back your MacBooks and chargers to be made ready for your life beyond high school. As you people know, Mr. Robb is retiring this month. We will miss him. And even during this kind of weird time, we want to celebrate him. So next Monday, that's June 15, we will hold a drive-by open house at school. So between 7 and 9 p.m. next Monday, parents, students, alumni are all encouraged to drive on through. Mr. Robb will jump off his bike for a couple of hours. He will put aside his grading that we're still doing, and he will just be hanging out at school waiting for you to come by and say a word, give a card, whatever you like. Maybe share a good joke. Maybe share a bad joke. You know what I mean? There's more information below in this bulletin about this open house. Students, I encourage you to finish well. You have done well. Now end well. There are just under 90 days between now and next school year, but there are only 3 days of school left until your spring semester is over. Now, ordinarily, I'd say something like this is the last forecast of the year. It isn't. We will keep sharing with you about the plans and adjustments we are making as we prepare for September so that you can anticipate with us what's coming. We will not leave you in the dark as we plan for our students' safe return. And for the grade 12s who aren't returning, make sure you have taken note of what's happening on June 24. We really do want to see all of you that night. So yes, we are reaching the end of the school year. We hope it goes well, but we will talk again soon. So long.